Despite making its third visit to Misty Mountain, the mystery of this location only seems to deepen as the Hazers play host, once again, to Marbula 1. Hey everybody, I'm Greg Woods. We know this track is somewhere. I don't know, we all made it here. I'm surprised that all of the camera crew and everybody else did too, and there's fans in the stands. But where exactly are we? I couldn't tell you. The monks that led us here didn't tell us either, but hey, they brought snacks this time when they led us up the mountain, so that's a plus. Either way, the Hazers host this round from a position of strength. Cloudy leads the championship in the individual standings. Misty is back in 12th. The Hazers overall have a lead in the team championship over the Savage Speeders and the Cobalts, who will weave their way through the mist and come out triumphant at this iteration of Misty Mountain. Well, we will have to see. In the past, when we have come here, Clutter seems to do pretty well. Pole position 2 years in a row, won back in Season 3. Hazy did break the host curse back in Season 2 and won here at the time for the Hazers. Fastest laps have gone to Cerulean from the Cobalts and Swax of the Bumblebees. But different team lineups, different conditions. The haze a bit thicker this time around for this Grand Prix, and the Hazers fans are thriving. They say bring it on, make it mistier, in fact. Well, if that is a benefit to their racer, I'm sure they're going to be cheering for plenty. All right, in the blocks, ready to go. The O'Rangers sit on pole position next to the Savage Speeders. Where have you heard that before? And we're rolling. Clem into the first right-hander. Speedy manages to hold off the rest of the field. Cloudy is up there in third, but is doing a monumental job of trying to keep everybody behind. Clementon, in the meantime, has disappeared into the distance. Here we go. Cloudy into second place, but loses it around the final turn. Red Eye comes up into second place. Off the belt for the first time. Who handles it best? Oh, look at that gaggle of marbles all together into that far hairpin as they drop through and end the first sector down the straightaway. Tumult is making up some ground and comes up into 5th spot there, but nobody challenging Clementon at the front. We do have a new fastest lap, and you will see it's a very short one, 17:01. This is a course that comes at you very quickly. Remo was challenging Red Eye off of the conveyor belt, but couldn't get it done, and in fact lost a position to Speedy in the process. As they drop through here, sometimes going 2 and 3 wide. You have to make up your decision which side of that split you want to go to. Clementon leads by over half a second. Red Eye in second, then Speedy, Rima, Ecto, Momo, Stinger, Quasar, Hart, and Cloudy has plummeted down the order back to 10th and now gains 2 positions. As I say that, wonderful drop. Speedy clears Clementon, who falls all the way back to 4th. Wow, something terrible happened on that drop, and Clementon lost the lead, and it wasn't even close. Speedy takes the top spot. Rima goes up into second place. Ecto is there. Clementon, Red Eye also in the fight. Oh, look at that battle up front. Speedy and Rima winding back and forth. And I think Rima's gotten it done. Yes, they're going to be side by side coming up the conveyor belt. 0.07 of a second between them. Rima takes P1. Ecto wants a piece of Speedy. Clementon has recovered now up to 4th. Cloudy has recovered up to 7th. Well, Clementon has been in 4th, I should say, and is right in between several marbles. Oh, very close. There's going to be 3 on one step of the conveyor belt. Off they come, now chasing Rima, and Clementon goes back to 2nd place. That was a masterful move. Coming off of the conveyor belt, you saw Rima dip to that defensive line, knowing that the marbles behind are on a charge, especially Clementon, who still holds fastest lap. Oh, as I say that, Hart has stolen it away, and Clementon steals P1. Clementon takes the lead of this race with contact to Rima, leaving that marble out to dry for Red Eye, but Red Eye cannot pass yet. Rima has fallen back to 5th. Red Eye now into 2nd place. And what's the gap here? Oh, several marbles very close together. Momo and Speedy just a 10th or 100th of a second apart. Cloudy tips Hart and goes up into 8th. Ecto falling down to 6th. Meanwhile, at the back of the field, Pinky Winky is all the way last. Behind Billy, behind Mocha, behind Sirius, and behind Shimmer. Clementon, a 1.5 seconds. ahead of Red Eye. Speedy in third. Momo, Ecto, Rima, Cerulean, Cloudy, Heart, and Thunder. Quasar just off of the top 10. The speed differences for some marbles coming off of that drop have been tremendous. Others seem to be getting into a groove with it now. Red Eye has just taken half a second off of Clementon's lead. Through the first sector, each of those top 4 or 5 marbles having some space between them, and that lets them focus on their line. But laps are quickly running out. We saw the 3-lap pole shootout in Q2, done in under a minute. That gap continues to come down. Red Eye has carved another 3/10 off. Oh, look at how close they are, just a few lengths as they come through that far hairpin. Now 2-3 lengths between them. Off of the drop, Red Eye in the draft. They both move to the inside. Red Eye shoulders aside. And did the move get completed? No, not this time, but another few tenths have come off of that lead. Clementon versus Red Eye up front. There's the view as they take turn 1. Big gap back there, wow. The field really spreading out in places. We're still waiting for Pinky Winky. There we go. Wow, that's everybody. Could we see a marble get lapped here? Clementon responded very strongly. A 1.8 second lead, a 1.5 gained over Red Eye on that lap. But is that a matter of Clementon really pushing, or is Red Eye saving some in the tank for a final challenge in the few laps remaining? Here it comes back. Now half a second between them. Speedy goes fastest lap, takes 2/100ths off our previous best time. Sitting in third spot, here comes Red Eye once again. I think that was just a cool down lap, ready to mount that next challenge. Here comes Red Eye over the curbs, keeping it under control, loses momentum in that penultimate turn, and the gap goes back up now to 0.7. Getting into the final few. Misty Mountain. We've seen several marbles working their way up the order, and we take a peek at the leader. Red Eye, with more speed down that backstretch, closes up. Down 2 lengths behind, they come across the line. They're going to be 1 step and 0.04 of a second apart. Who gets the better jump off the conveyor belt? And so far, it's Clementon. Contact between them into turn 1. 1 lap to go after this one. Oh, their Red Eyes move around the outside, but the door is slammed shut by Clementon. Momo has gotten by Speedy, as does Cloudy, back up into 4th place. Could a podium be in the cards for the Hazers? New fastest lap goes to Quasar in 10th, and we have begun the final lap. Clementon down the straightaway. Red Eye, 2 turns left to make the move. The gap is shrinking, but it will not be enough. Defended perfectly. Clementon gets the first Grand Prix win of that marble's career in Marbula 1. Wow, Pinky Winky 18.5 seconds back. But all eyes on Clementon, a marble that was 36th in the standings. Scored 1 point in round 2, none in round 3, 5 points in round 6, and suddenly gets a win a week later in what was a back-and-forth duel with Red Eye. Oh, there was the move. I think Rima got caught up in the lane for the safety marble. Some reason off the belt veered to the right and was not able to get momentum back for the rest of the first sector. And how about Momo, by the way? They have reason to be thrilled. 9 spots up from 12th to 3rd. After Swifty at Greenstone, another pole to win this season. Clementon of the O'Rangers holding off Red Eye. Momo tired after coming up 9 spots. What a run. We have seen Misty Mountain be wide open to the field. Any marble can win here from any position. As we take a look at the standings now, Cloudy, 84 points, the leader now of the individual standings, has broken what was a tie up front, Cloudy versus Royal. Of course, 1 Grand Prix between them as well. We'll have to see how that shakes out. We'll get a good look at that next round. Hazers continue to build their lead, 117 to 108, 9 points ahead of the Savage Speeders. And you can see we still have a couple of teams back there that have a lot of points to try to make up, but are still within the hunt, statistically, for a team championship this season. Will anybody be able to knock off the Hazers? Well, we'll have to tune in to find out. Right now, it's looking pretty good for them, but anything is possible in Marbula 1.